Today is a very exciting day and a very busy day. We got the garden all tilled and the manure got delivered over the week. My fiance tilled that into the garden, so it is officially planting time. It is a little early for certain things to go in the ground, and I don't know what to do because the normal like rule of thumb is after the first full moon of June is like you're good to go. You can plant anything, doesn't matter if it's basically you're out of the frost season. But our first full moon of June isn't until like the last week of June, and I am not waiting that long. So it's beautiful out. I think I'm gonna risk planting certain things over the next week or two that I should probably wait a little bit on, but it's just so beautiful out. I don't think we're getting frost anytime soon, and I can cover it with buckets and hope for the best if we do get frost. But I planted my first plants 3 days ago. I put all the brassicas out, so the cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, they are all out in the ground and they're not wilting or anything, and they're doing really good. So I think I did it right. We have cabbage, broccoli, 2 broccoli, and then right there's like a little tiny, can't even see it on the camera. Right there. That's the cauliflower that I started from seed. And then we have cauliflower from the greenhouse. So we got those in. The main things I want to get in the ground today are the tomato plants from the greenhouse that we got because they're flowering already and they're going to be very root bound very soon, if not already. And I want to get the potatoes and onions. I want to get all of that in the ground now. My fiance also got me some rhubarb, which I'm very annoyed at. Not that he got it for me, that we have to plant it. Rhubarb grows everywhere here. Everywhere where I'm from. It grew out from under our house and we don't have any rhubarb here. There's a plant that looks like rhubarb and it's not rhubarb, and it annoyed me so bad because I found 2 of them and I got really excited. So I'm gonna have to plant rhubarb, which just is annoying, but it'll be worth it. So it's a very big planting day today and I'm very excited. The first thing we're gonna plant are the tomatoes. My fiance, we tilled everything, but we also have a hand tiller to really like get down and in there. And he tilled by hand already where the tomatoes are gonna go. So I'm gonna start there. I'm going to plant these tomatoes, and the tomatoes I started from seed. I am going to leave in the greenhouse for another week or 2 just to give them a little more time to get established after their sun's held into it. So these tomatoes are getting in the ground. They're flowering already, so they need out desperately. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon and the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. So I got all the tomatoes planted that I want planted, and then where my fiance just tilled, we're going to be putting red onions, white onions, and potatoes. So first I have to cut my potatoes and separate all the eyes off of the potatoes that I have. So I have the Kennebec potatoes, and I'm just gonna go through and make sure there are enough eyes to where I can cut them. Then I will cut them to get more out of it. So.
Well, something's gotta give today. It's a good day today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow today. Well, something's gotta give today. It's a good day
So I got the potatoes planted in the row, and now I'm going to do the red onions and the white onions. And when we're planting the onions, you want them spaced out about as big as you want the onion to grow. So if they're too tight, they won't grow as big. So you want to space them out. I'm gonna space mine maybe 3 or 4 inches apart, just to give them the best chance at getting as big as possible. And I'm using onion sets. With the onion sets, I have to be careful once they do sprout to pick off the blooms before they seed, because they're second year onions, they're not seed onions, so they want to go to seed. By picking them off early enough, it will give them the best chance at getting as big as possible. So we're gonna plant red onions first. We're gonna do 1 row of red onions and probably 2 rows of the white onions. So we got a bunch of stuff planted. My mom came and helped, and still a lot more, but for now. So here's 2 rows of radishes. There are your standard like circular radishes in 1 row, and then the second row are the French style radishes, so they're skinnier and longer radish. Beets here, so you have 2 rows of beets. And then here she planted 2 rows of romaine lettuce, which would be good as a bumper crop from last week from the lettuce that I planted in the greenhouse. And then this first row are carrots. There's 2 rows of carrots there. I have more carrots I want to plant from seed, but I need a little bit of looser soil, so they're probably going to go on the far side of the garden. Along here I have the determinant tomatoes. That way I can keep all the determinants together. They are going to grow to about 5 feet probably, and then stop growing after that. They're more of like a bush variety of tomatoes. So I have Romas here, and then I have they're like almost a heart-shaped tomato. I got the greenhouse, and then brandy red wine tomatoes too there. And these 2 are Rapunzel, like little cherry tomatoes, and they grow in long bunches. So that's here, and then I have all of my tomato seedlings, but like I said, I'm gonna keep them in the greenhouse for another week or 2 just to help them. They're doing really good in the greenhouse, so I think giving them an extra week or 2 is a thing. It'll just give them a better chance at surviving. And then on the other side of the garden, so on this side of the garden, I have all of the brassicas that I planted earlier. The 2 zucchini plants that I got from the greenhouse because they were getting too big and they were flowering already, so I wanted them out for the bees and all that to know out here. And then I have a row of potatoes. We have to get more potatoes though, because the bag was too small, so we left a gap between the next plants so that we can add a row or 2 of potatoes. And then I have a row of red onions, and then I didn't get the white onions planted because I had to take a break. So that's everything we got planted today. So I got a lot of stuff taken out of the greenhouse and planted in the garden, but we still have a lot going on in the greenhouse I wanted to give you guys a little update on. First, the spinach is doing really good. I think it really likes it in here. I think that was a good choice to keep it in here. I still have all of my herbs that I have to plant out. I think I'm going to plant my herbs out last. One, I want a few of them around my deck in hanging baskets. Two, whatever I don't put in hanging baskets, I want to put around the garden sporadically, because things like oregano are really good to keep as natural pest deterrents in your garden. So I'm waiting for those. They're gonna go in last. I still have my eggplant I have to plant out. My strawberries, I am waiting to get my tomatoes into, the rest of the tomatoes into the garden, and I'm gonna plant the strawberries in here. I think the mystery plant is a melon, I think. Oh, actually, no! I just looked at this closer. I think this is a cucumber plant. That looks like a little baby cucumber growing off of there. I think it's a cucumber plant. Perfect. We planted our lettuce last time and they were sprouting so good. The next couple days I'm probably gonna thin this out a little bit. And then this one is starting. It's a little slower, but it's starting too. So they're looking so good. So spinach, lettuce, and then my basil plants I have to put out. My loofahs are loving it in here too, so they're gonna stay in here a little longer. And then the melon, cucumber, and then all of my seedlings that I started myself. So these tomatoes are doing really good. I think giving them a week or two in here is gonna do them really good. This guy is doing really good. I lost a couple to sun scald, so it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be though. These guys are all getting pretty good greenage on them. Again, making up for that sun scald. And then my peppers, which are doing really good too. They have nice leaves on them. They're getting good stems on them. This one has a really cool like double leaf. My bush beans, which I wanted to get out this weekend, but I just could not. These are my strawberry plants and they're doing so good. I find it wild that it's the center of the strawberry that turns into the strawberry. I think that's so cool. But yeah, strawberries, eggplants, my mint, and all my herbs. And then, as you can see behind me, my fiance framed in the door for the greenhouse and put the last 2 windows in, which is pretty exciting. So this week he's gonna work on building a door. I hope you enjoyed the video this week. We got a lot planted in the garden, but we have a ton more that we have to do. Next weekend, hopefully I'm gonna be able to plant. There's a lot of rain in the forecast, but we'll see. Hopefully next week we can get more planted. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you see anything you think I should be doing, let me know. If you want to see last week's video on the greenhouse, I will leave it right here. Thanks. Bye.